I hit that corner and start walking up the road, and I just see this woman start jogging towards me, and this little goofy little kid behind her trying to keep up. And it was so precious. And like all my anger, I don't want to say it dissipated because it didn't, but like it turned into like a silliness. Like, this is what you guys were keeping from me. This is why you were keeping it, because it's so beautiful.
We're already at 8, so I assume we can get to the halfway house a little later? No, they're just eating our time.
The day it was released from ADX was probably one of the most upsetting days of my life, but also one of the best. So it's once again like this prison duality to where they give you horror and then you have to find your own joy in it. So like I was supposed to get taken down to R&D release and something at 6 o'clock. And 8:30, the guards walking the rounds were still telling me like, I don't see you're getting out today. I'm like, don't do this. Please don't do this. Because that's my nightmare. Like, they're going to recharge me with something else. We had to be at the halfway house either at 12:30 or 1. I forget which. But it's 2 hours away. And I was supposed to have 3 hours to spend with my family, so that's clearly not going to happen. So they finally come and get me, and we go down to R&D, and I change into my clothes. I had been told that your family can pick you up at the door. And so I'm waiting. And they're like, no, they can't pick you up here. Bro, can I just walk to the fucking gate then? Like, my family is waiting for me and this clock is ticking. And the guys are like, no, sorry, you just have to wait. Can I use your phone then? The prison phone, not your phone. No, that's against policy. And so I'm just waiting, and eventually this counselor comes, a USP counselor. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna drive you to your family. I was like, they're right there. He's like, well, I have to drive you to the gate.
That's the thing. They're saying they're bringing him to the gate. Like, and so they're breaking protocol to bring him to the gate. That's what I'm saying. They don't want me up there. There's my baby. That's him.
Is that him? Oh.
Can you guys believe how white trash my hair looks?
It looks super white trash. Eric is definitely best dressed today.
I feel good. Like, the clothes fit well.
Yeah.
I got to walk out of prison wearing clothes that represent who I am, and so that felt really great. Those
And they had to give it to you anyways. They
didn't like it. They didn't like it. And like just being in the car and like feeling people touching me. It's hard to describe that. Like, it felt, I don't want to say it felt like fire because like the car was also super hot. But like having people touch me was like alarming, but also really duality. So like I was scared. I was like, but I wanted to be touched. But it also, like, it made my skin feel like it didn't feel good. But mentally it felt good.
Here's a question I've been meaning to ask you.
I love you so much. The answer is yes. What's your question?
What's your favorite song from Taylor Swift?
Fairy Tale.
Fairy Tale, mine's Blank Space.
Or All Too Well. Blank Space.
Blank Space is my favorite.
For a 10-year-old?
Yes.
Well, it's, speaking of that, can we turn it on?
Yes. My favorite,
Fairy Tale would be a song for, like, right now.
I'm starting with Welcome to Unicorn.
I wore a dark red t-shirt. You told me I was handsome when I looked like white trash. Today was a fairy tale.
This is.
And then Rochelle had to teach me how to use the phone. And that scared me really bad. Like, I don't know if I started crying, but I wanted to. I could cry now. This is the same phone. A year later, it was scary. Because you have to change the picture and you have to learn how to text. And there's no buttons. So you have to learn how to turn it on, how to set an alarm. and you're just swiping things. I still have to have her help me with this shit. I really, part of me wishes that we just waited the 2 extra months and not had halfway house just so I could go home.
I know, but I think they're gonna send you home sooner.
I just want to start working and start living today. Then we get to the halfway house, and that was just sad as shit because they don't prepare you for that goodbye. They don't prepare you to walk into that building, and all of a sudden you're a prisoner again, because you are. And so I think I was on the phone with her like the first 16 hours I was free. I think 14 of them I was on the phone with Rochelle. Like, I don't know what to do. Are these my friends? I don't know what to eat. I don't know how to order food. The halfway house is a nightmare. The whole point of that isn't to set you up to succeed, it's to set you up to fail. And they do everything possible to make sure you fail. And when you do, they blame it on you. It's a trap. You can get violated by staff so quickly. For any rule infraction, they can send you back to prison. But so now you're outside of your comfort zone. You're living with God knows how many other people. There's like 200 people in that apartment complex, and you have to coexist with all of them. And then you got my counselor trying to get me fired from my job. We got Rochelle having to drive an hour to me every morning to get me to work, and then an hour back to Longmont. So it was just, it felt like such a, like, this is stress. Like, this is real stress. But so my 1 year anniversary is coming up in December 12th. And I wanted to do something special because it's not just about me. Like, I'm not the only one who got free. Our whole family got free. And me and Rochelle had talked about this because I want a free wedding. I want her to have that. I want our kids to have that. And I want those memories. Like, our love shouldn't have had to be sanctioned by the government. It shouldn't have had to work through their terms and conditions. So my bosses, Erica and Z, they rented us it's the same space to where they had a fundraiser for me 2 years earlier. So it's like a continuity thing. And we're doing a hand binding ceremony. And it's just gonna be sweet. Like, it's us reclaiming this moment. The prison doesn't get to own everything. Like, we have the scars, but you don't get the future too, you piece of shit. You don't get everything. So this is us saying our future starts with us. We make our own conditions. We're living on our terms. I hope when people see this, like, if they have someone that they know that's getting out or is recently out, that they're really patient with them. Like, that they understand that, like, I hope they understand that just because you're released doesn't mean you're released. You are not. You are still hurting. You are still traumatized. You are still working through all the bad things you were taught about yourself, all the bad things you experienced, all the things that you had beaten into you, either with fear or physical beatings. And it takes time. Like, it takes time. And if we want us to succeed post-prison, we need people that are really patient and really understanding. And also people that don't let us get away with bullshit. Like, we don't need to be treated like victims. We need to be treated like humans. If I say something shitty, I need someone to call me out so that I can heal. But you have to treat us like real humans, like real empathy, real compassion, and real accountability. Because otherwise it's hard. It's hard to survive.